Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Before we kick off, a forward-looking statement. Salesforce is a publicly traded company. Please make your decisions based on today's products and services that are available. Welcome to today's session of Slack, Reimagining Work for the Agentic Enterprise with Slack. My name is Revathi Venkatraman, and I'm the Global Vice President of Slack Customer Success and Support. I'm based out of San Francisco, but Sydney is home. Really meaningful for me to be here to do the Slack keynote with you all. I'm also joined by Adrian, who's our lead solution engineer, who's going to have some cool demo for you all. And we also have Stephen Hunt, who's going to come a little later to talk about a cool customer story. But first, thank you. Show of hands, how many of you are Slack customers? Phenomenal. Thank you for the partnership. Thank you for being a Slack customer, and thank you for being here. We're going to have some cool features that we're going to discuss today. I'm really excited for that. Show of hands, how many of you are Salesforce customers? Pretty much all of you. We are here to talk about how you can get a full potential out of Salesforce using Slack. Show you how work gets done. Let me start off with this slide. You may be very familiar with this from this morning's main keynote. You have invested in Salesforce. You have sales, you have marketing, you've got Service Cloud. How do you bring it all together to work for your people? And that's where Slack comes into play. Slack as a system of engagement. Imagine your Salesforce architecture like this. At the foundation, you've got Data Cloud. You bring your customer data together in a unified way. And then you have your apps. You've got your sales, service, marketing, all of that coming together as a system of work. And then agents are showing up at work. How many of you use agents today? That's a system of agency. And on the top, you've got system of work. And then, again, you bring in your engagement layer with system of engagement with Slack. Slack brings humans and agents together all in one place, working side by side. So what does it mean in reality? No more tab switching. No more context switching. You're working in the flow of work. In reality, if you think about it, if you're a salesperson, you have a lead alert. You're bringing in customer information. You're bringing in the expert that you need all in one place, all in one thread. You're not switching. If you're a service agent, you're resolving your incident. You're bringing in the knowledge from Data Cloud, and you're having your agent act for you. Again, you're not switching. You're not context switching. Everything is happening in the flow of work. Now that is Slack. That is system of engagement. If you want your investment to have a full potential, if you want your people to be driving the full potential of system of engagement, you need to bring work where they are, and that's Slack. How do we bring this all to reality? And that is how we are going to talk and represent in 3 ways of Slack being an agentic operating system. Number 1, Slack is a conversational interface for everything Salesforce. Sales, service, marketing, all of that in one interface. Number 2, Slackbot. Who's excited for Slackbot? It's a game changer. Slackbot is your personal AI assist and a superpower that just allows you to focus on work that truly matters. And number 3, you bring it all together with rest of your apps in one operating system. All right, let's talk about the first topic, which is Slack being a conversational interface for Salesforce. We are moving away from tabs and forms to creating an interface where you can ask anything but find everything. You have an interface where humans and agents are coming together in one place, working as teammates and solving problems. And then you have your deeply personal AI. AI that allows you to focus on the work that truly matters in every role, in every line of business. And that's how you unlock your personal productivity. And finally, your data, your apps, your intelligence, all in one place, and they are very connected. We are reimagining this. We have introduced Slack-first experience for Salesforce products. Whether it is sales, whether it is IT service, whether it is HR service, or Tableau, you have a Slack-first experience now. What does it mean? Whether you're closing deals, or you're resolving incidents, or you're onboarding a new hire, you may even be reporting on your data and insights. All of that in one instance in Slack. What does it truly look like? You're again not switching context. Your data, your CRM, your human, your agents, they're all happening and they're sitting in one place as a conversational interface. This is Salesforce channel. This is a unique channel where you bring in your CRM data, real life, and it is AI powered. This is not just an integration. This is where you have a dynamic view of bringing in your customer information, both in your CRM instance and Slack. So if you think about it, pretty much you can bring in your update of your CRM customer data where you work from. It could be CRM, it could be Slack, but you can dynamically update that in one instance. Salesforce channel also becomes as a backbone for Agentforce. Why? Because it brings in your structured information from CRM and your unstructured conversation from your conversational interface. So it makes it really meaningful and impactful. When you think about the work, now work is happening in the conversational interface and not around it. We spoke about Slack as a conversational interface. That's not just about connecting a system of work. We need to think about improving personal productivity. And we are going to talk about Slack and how Slack is introducing a personal AI assist or an AI superpower. Say hello to Slackbot. Slackbot knows you. Slackbot knows your work. Slackbot follows you. It has permission to the data that you have permission to. It doesn't have permission to data that you don't have permission to. It understands your tone. It understands your preferences. So it's no longer a lockstep. It is there as your teammate. It is bringing in all the information that you need and not looking as a tool. You can search, you can surface, you can act, all of that in one place with Slackbot. And most importantly, there's no setup. You don't have friction in adoption. It has all the context. You're not training the language model. It just works from day one. And I speak to a lot of customers. Customers ask me about security of Slackbot. Slackbot is very secure and follows the same security principle as Slack Foundation. We have a lot of AI tools, and many a times AI tools miss the mark. And the reason for that is AI doesn't understand the nuances of you. It has to switch between different applications to really make it work for you. So what happens? The experience overall is so disconnected and it is impersonal. Slackbot is different. Slackbot understands your context. Slackbot understands your company's context. And Slackbot understands how a decision gets made. So the result is very grounded and it is very real for you. I have a global role. On a Friday morning, I post a video clip to my entire global team. I talk about company announcement. I talk about key highlights. We celebrate customer wins. We celebrate team wins. We even have fun with secret emoji. And all of that takes close to 2.5 hours. Now, Slackbot understands my role, understands my work. It follows me, so it knows exactly what I'm looking for. My video clip, the content for my video clip is in my tone and my preferences in less than 10 minutes. That's been a game changer. As companies add more AI tools, Slackbot becomes the center of employee agent experience. And the reason for that is Slackbot's got access to agents in Agentforce and all the third-party agents. Slackbot naturally becomes the home because it has got a lot of context. Companies and partners like OpenAI, Perplexity, Dropbox are creating agents in Slack. It's simple. The future is here. You've got your humans and agents working together naturally. Now, I spoke about Slack being a conversational interface. I spoke about how Slackbot is helping drive personal productivity. We need to bring all the apps, the intelligence, data into one operating system. And when I say agentic operating system, I'm talking about a unified interface where I bring in every corner of our organization, every corner of your organization in one place. Agents are impactful because it understands the conversation. It understands the customer conversation, and it understands how decisions are being made. And that happens in Slack. That's happening right now. Groundbreaking EV company like Rivian or a very well-known brand, Zero in ANZ, are using Slack as a system of engagement and agentic operating system. A number of innovative ecosystem companies are using Slack today. Here's why. Number one, Slack has 2,600 applications in the marketplace that you can draw down right now. Number two, humans and agents are coming together as teammates, working side by side and solving problems in Slack. Number three, companies like OpenAI and Anthropic are not just building for Slack, they are building within and in Slack. We heard the announcement from Anthropic. They just announced their Claude code. Now you can mention Claude in Slack as a coworker and allow Claude to take action on your behalf. That's groundbreaking. Finally, the shift is happening. Reimagining work is not a future. It's right now, right here in Slack. You heard the vision. Seeing is believing. So I'm going to bring in Adrian to show us some exciting demo. Please give it up for Adrian.
Thank you, Rave. Okay. Hello and welcome. My name is Adrian Trentino. I'm super excited to be doing the demo for you today. Why? Because today I get to demo through the persona of a product manager. Now, as a product manager, my role involves way more than just product. I'm constantly jumping between supporting the sales team, running cross-functional projects, and like many of you, trying to find time for all those endless admin tasks that don't stop coming. Luckily for me, I have Slack, the connective tissue that keeps everything together for me. But like you might have heard from Rave just previously, we've done something to supercharge that experience, and it's called Slackbot. Let's take a look. So the first thing I want to do is talk about Slackbot. It's my personalized AI assistant that's an extension of me. And we're not just talking about performing simple actions and tasks. I'm referring to actually inferring and acting on my behalf. Because Slackbot knows me and my context, so it can make recommendations to help me scale myself. So let's put it to the test. Let's go ahead and ask it, what are my priorities for tomorrow? Slackbot gets to work. It analyzes everything in the context of my work to help me focus. Okay, it looks like I've got a on-site custom meeting with DataNet. I need to prepare for bug fixes and product roadmap items, and I'm also due for a mobile phone device upgrade. Instead of jumping in and out of different applications all day, everything I need starts right here in Slack. So my first priority, the DataNet meeting. I need to get ahead of the DataNet account, so for that, I'm going to jump into the dedicated channel. Now this is a Salesforce channel, a specialized channel that connects directly to the CRM record inside Salesforce. Now, this lets data from Salesforce and all the information flow directly into Slack, breaking down those barriers and silos. Now, as a product person, this is important to me. Whilst I might not be in Sales Cloud every single day, I partner with the sales team regularly, and all of this context and information is relevant to my role. But it's not just Salesforce. All of my third-party apps connect here in one place, like Tableau Next, where I can preview DataNet's consumption dashboard as well as the rich work objects that come with it. These provide rich previews into these connected apps as well as the conversations that happened around them, all that context in one place. But if we scroll down, it's actually more context that we're going to talk about just here. I can see quite an urgent update from one of my team members, Sally, that's actually letting us know that DataNet right now is experiencing a login issue on their mobile devices. Now this is the last thing we want to have to deal with before we go out to visit the customer, so best we get ahead of it now. So to do this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to forward this into our product development channel to let the product and engineering teams start to take a look. That's there ready to go. We're going to pivot back just 1 second because I really want to show you how I can help prepare for the DataNet on-site and actually put Slackbot to the test. So like any on-site meeting, we need to prepare and put a brief together. I'm going to lean on Slackbot to help me do this. Now, I'll let the prompt come in. I'm going to hit enter on the prompt because it's going to do a lot and I want to talk you through it as we go through. Let's kick that off. Okay, so I've asked Slackbot to do the following things. I want it to get me some information and create an executive brief on the DataNet account. I wanted to include any open opportunities we have inside our Salesforce CRM. I also want to know about any Service Cloud cases that may relate to this particular customer. It's always good to know those. As they are interested in our WellowGuard product, I want to put together some features as the product manager to showcase some of the new highlights. I'm also pulling data in here from third-party connected apps. Think of Jira, Confluence, Google Drive. We play nicely with Microsoft as well. We're agnostic. We sit across your organization to maximize the value you've put into these platforms. Now, Slackbot has gotten to work and look at it take place. It started to access all the rich, unstructured data inside my Slack platform. It's hooking into that structured data inside Salesforce, but also those connected applications. And you can see it start to unfurl here before your eyes. I'm so glad you got to see this working live in front of you now. I can see the draft email to my customer, okay, ready to go. It's highlighted all the agenda and the discussions that are going to take place. Scroll down a little bit further. Let's take a look at that executive brief. This would generally take hours to prepare and consolidate all this information, but here, unfurling right before your eyes, you can see all the information as requested, open opportunities. There's that unable to log in on mobile devices as well. And all my WellowGuard updates. Ready for me to review, make any changes, and share with the broader team. Okay, with that brief now pretty much in play, it's time to get back to the product development channel where the team, engineering and product, are collaborating around this particular mobile login issue fix. This is where we start to showcase cross-functional work, the exciting part of humans and agents working together to move fast. So firstly, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to tag in one of my third-party agents, Linear, to create an issue. And I wanted to assign it to an engineer. This will create a proper ticket inside that third-party platform without breaking our conversational workflow. Adam, the engineer, comes in and he's going to bring in our product assistant agent, Cursor, basically to say, take a look at the code, tell us what's wrong, and help us provide a fix. Notice how natural this is. Cursor doesn't need tools or forms. It jumps in, reads the thread, understands the bug, and gets to work. Cursor also helps us create a pull request or a PR. It's how we package up a code fix for review and approval before we deploy to the customer, before we get this fixed for DataNet. As a product manager, I can accelerate and orchestrate engineering workflows directly from Slack, where humans and agents can collaborate seamlessly, turning conversations into code. I feel a lot better now. We've got the brief done. We've addressed the mobile login issue. So now it's time for that mobile phone replacement device. And for this, I'm going to lean on Agentforce. And in particular, I'm going to go ahead and ask the IT help desk agent to help me with that. Now, in natural language, I'm going to simply ask it a question. Help me upgrade my work phone. Agentforce is Salesforce's agentic platform that deploys autonomous agents across your organization within your guardrails of your data and security to tackle complex and intelligent tasks. So the IT agent is analyzing my requests, and it seems I'm actually eligible for a new device. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my preference of an iPhone. Again, how natural is this? Humans and agents collaborating and conversing together. No messy HR portals, no manual logging of tickets, just a really nice experience for both agent and user. So once I confirm that my address is correct, the agent is going to go ahead and create a dedicated Service Cloud case for me to be able to follow along and track my device until it's shipped to my address. And you'll see that come through there. At Slack's core, we're a platform where your people, data, apps, and agents come together in one place. And that DNA runs deep. We haven't lost sight of our mission of making people's working lives simpler, more pleasant, and more productive. And with that, I'd love to welcome up on stage Slack's RVP of Sales, Stephen Hunt.
Thanks a lot, Age. And thank you, Rave, and thank you to all of you. It's amazing to be here. I'm joined by Karina Egan. Is anyone here from LMG? Give her a big... All right, grab a seat.
Thank you.
Now, I'm actually quite new to Salesforce. It's, I think it's week 6, and I've got to be honest, this is my first world tour, but anyone else, first world tour? Okay, I feel a bit better. Awesome, well, it's an honor to be here, and Karina, thanks so much for agreeing to join us on stage.
Pleasure.
You've been on quite the journey with us, but maybe just introduce yourself, your role, and tell everyone a bit about LMG to begin with.
Yep, so LMG are the largest aggregator group in Australia and New Zealand, supporting around 6,000 brokers and advisors across the region. My role there is GM of Business Enablement, which is really about defining and executing our corporate tech strategy and how that underpins how we work as an organization and ultimately deliver a great service to our customers.
Amazing, a great organisation, and thanks so much to all of you who've come to support today. Now, you've been on a pretty wild ride with us, a long but also short one. Tell us a little bit about what's been happening.
Yeah, it's been great. So we have used Slack across the organization probably for 5 years or so. There are times when it was seen predominantly as a tech and a product tool, or basically like a messaging platform. Really no central place for internal comms and kind of how to collaborate with other teams. And that was kind of indicative of some of the observations we had around our corporate tech landscape anyway. So we had kind of disparate systems, a lot of clunky processes. So one of the things that we focused on was looking at a CRM to get a 360 view of our customers. We landed on Salesforce as our CRM of choice.
Of course.
And as part of that, we really started looking at the Salesforce ecosystem and what else we could leverage within that family to really transform how we work.
Yeah, and so my understanding too, has anyone been to Dreamforce? This is over in the US. Okay, again, I haven't yet, but I understand that Dreamforce, you went along with a few people from the team, and that was a big catalyst for what I guess ensued in what's now just a few months.
Yeah, Dreamforce was an incredible experience, highly recommend, and obviously very lucky to have been able to attend
we had a lot of great FaceTime, basically, with Slack and Salesforce people who showed us and really brought to life for us what Slack can be, showing us how they use Slack in their day-to-day life, how they can view and update customer records in Slack while on the go, which obviously resonates with a lot of our sales teams who are out meeting brokers and advisors a lot of the time. But also things like, at the time, they had access to Slackbot, which to me was just a game changer. Love Slackbot, very like your badge that you have at the moment. But yeah, I think for us, that was really the turning point in how we could position Slack as not a messaging tool, but an enterprise platform.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I've always admired about the way Salesforce operates is that you can talk to any Salesforce employee, and of course they're going to tell you how amazing tools are, but actually what really matters, in my experience, is hearing from another customer. So it's so funny, you were at Dreamforce, just last year, and now you're one of these evangelists.
Here I am.
It's come full circle. But it happened pretty quick, right? So, like, tell me the decision to go to full Enterprise Plus, which, if you're not aware, Enterprise Plus is the highest grade of Slack, but it gives you Enterprise Search and Slackbot, all the bells and whistles, and in my opinion, you shouldn't be doing anything else because you just won't get what's so amazing about it unless you do. But you went from being a long-term customer on a pretty rudimentary version of it to Enterprise Plus in a really compressed amount of time.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we went live with Enterprise on January 12th, this January.
January.
And yeah, so we really supported that with a pretty robust change management and training program. So we had Salesforce Essentials, Slack Essentials training from day one, and then continued to build on that once people started to come to grips and really understand that it's more than messaging. It's workflows and automations, obviously Slackbot. So we had a whole program of engagement. We have a great group of champions, a lot of whom are here today, and they were really, I guess, the people that amplified it within their teams and their offices to really bring it to life. We have a really active Learn Slack channel as well, where people are kind of crowdsourcing the solutions for things. So I feel like that's another benefit where it's like almost democratizing kind of what would be seen as like IT help desk type stuff. So I feel like there's a lot of things that we're getting out that I hadn't kind of listed in my head of benefits, you know?
Yeah, and with Slackbot in particular, if I pick that up, because you're talking about January this year, you started this, and we're February 25, but when did you even get Slackbot? Because I know that didn't come out into general usage for, when was that?
I think late January, we launched February 2nd.
February 2nd with Slackbot, so it's only been in the organization for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and it's a big part of our daily lives already, I think.
All right, if you're at LMG, like, give us a yell if Slackbot has completely changed the way you work. Yeah. Because, again, I'm new to Salesforce, right? I started in January, about when you kicked this project off. So my head's been spinning, but it's been completely mind-blowing to me how this 80,000 people operation just runs basically on this one tool and feeds everything into it. And I suppose what I'm experiencing is a ton of different use cases, but it's only been 3 weeks, but have you found any really compelling use cases that are kind of blowing you away and making a difference?
Yeah, we have actually a great example from one of our design teams who they would usually, or in the past, have gotten requests via email, Slack, ClickUp, chats, walk-ups in the office, maybe even WhatsApp at times. So what they focused on, based on what they learned and observed in our training, was they could actually put that all through a workflow in Slack, centralize all of the work, gives more visibility to everyone on the tasks pending and in progress and things like that. And that, again, was something that they just took it and ran with it. So
Nice.
we set the foundations, we gave the training. One of our company values is really about being curious, and I feel like we've had so many examples of teams really leaning into that, and that's why we are where we are now. We've got like lots of great adoption of the different features and functionalities within Slack, and none of it had to be kind of like mandated or directed. It's like people just went out and ran with it, and I think that points to the simplicity and the design of Slack as well, that it is kind of just get going.
Yeah, we were having a conversation earlier this week with our Chief Customer Officer, Peter Doolan, and might even be somewhere here. Hello. He's a celebrity within Salesforce, but amazing man. But he was telling us just how many designers there are within the Slack force, like thousands. So it's a really high principle within the design of the tool. But I want to pick up on one other thing you said, because my background before coming to Salesforce was helping companies transform with AI. And where I landed on that really quickly was that it was so much more about leading people through change than technology. And I think one of the things that's so lovely about Slack is you don't even feel the technology. It's kind of in the background. It just becomes magical. But one of the other things I just wanted to pick up is it sounds like you're having a bit of fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
Is it sort of, how's it amplifying, I guess, I don't know, the inner child or a bit of your fun culture?
Yeah, there are plenty of inner children around LMG, which I'm sure they can attest to. But like at the moment, we're running a challenge at the moment where we're asking Slackbot which animal we are. So trying to get like the craziest animal. I think honey badger is the most.
Well, can I put you on the spot? What are you?
I am a border collie.
Oh,
which I think is cute. Like, I'm good with that. But yeah, it's been really great. It's been such a good experience, and I think one of the terms Peter used yesterday was about Slacktivation, which I just love. Like I feel like we've Slacktivated LMG, and it's onwards and upwards from here. So thank you for all of the work.
No, well, thank you. And I've got one more question for you, though, because I just want to reiterate to everybody, they started this in January this year, Slackbot February this year. We haven't even finished the month, and we're talking like it's part of the furniture. But it sounds like it's been a lot of fun. So what have you enjoyed the most out of the journey?
I think really the energy around it. Like I just love it. Like I think we are proud of our culture as an organization. We were really delighted last year to be recognized as one of AFR's best places to work. And I just feel like Slack amplifies that. Like company announcements, you get emoji reactions, people creating new emojis, the reply. Like you just don't get that community in email. We have set up like different LMG live channels. And that's kind of like a find your tribe moment. So we have parents and carers, a run club, a dad jokes channel if you like terrible jokes.
That'd be me.
So it's been really fun. Like, and I think like it's the energy and the vibe it brings. Like we all want to do good work, but we want to enjoy it as well.
All right. Well, we are at time, unfortunately, but I just want to say a huge thank you for coming up on stage with me. And a big thank you to all of you for joining us.
Thank you.
If you want to go and learn more about Slack, we've got a Slacktivation or two happening right behind you over there. So please go play with Slackbot, meet the team, and if you've got any questions for either of us, please come and find us. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.